you for joining Carrie Rios and myself, Amber Tripp, on our very first podcast series for Clark College Community and Continuing Education. We are just rolling through podcasts today. We wanted to celebrate our instructors and kind of get to know the behind the scenes, what the classes are like, why should I take a class or this class, and let the community really understand what goes on at the Clark College Community and Continuing Education side instead of just the regular Clark College. So without further ado, I would love for you to introduce yourself, Karin, and the classes that you teach here at Clark College CCE.
Okay. Hi. Well, I'm Karin LaBriere, and I've been teaching at Clark College for a long time, 25 years or so. Started teaching through the mature learning aspect.
Sure.
Just recently, there have been some changes so that what is fitness department, where Tai Chi falls, is no longer part of mature learning. So now it's continuing education. So the continuing ed part is a little new, but it doesn't make that much difference to what I do.
Well, that just makes me able to take the class because I'm not technically a mature learner, but I'm just a lifelong learner. So now I feel more comfortable taking it.
Oh, good. Yes, you're certainly welcome, and people of all ages are welcome. But just to let you know that I did begin long ago in orienting this toward people who now, like me, it wasn't then like me, are, of mature age and reflective and so forth.
Sure. So you teach Tai Chi, and then there's the other one with the Q. So can you pronounce that for me, please?
Yes, that's Qigong. It's deceptive looking.
It is.
It has been spelled in our country various ways. The CHIKUNG or CHIGONG frequently is spelled to indicate the spelling. I mean, the pronunciation.
Sure.
But
so it's spelled right with a QIGONG.
And pronounced Qigong. And you probably have all heard about what Qi is by now. It's becoming like yoga, one of those household words, but it means energy, but it's more than our word for energy. Qi is the life force that comes in when we're born, that is breathing through us all through our lives.
Oh, okay.
And so it's intelligent, it's creative, it's more than what we think of as energy.
Okay.
And the gong part refers to work with it or action of some kind. So it's simply ways to work with energy. So the term Qigong, you see, is very generic. It's broad, and there are thousands of kinds of Qigong, as you can guess, energy work.
Sure.
From healing, from martial kinds of actions to the kinds of things that I do that are both meditative and restorative and strengthening, getting us in tune with our bodies, becoming more consciously in our bodies.
Okay. It sounds very interesting. I had never heard that term Qigong before I came to Clark College Community Education. And I kept looking at it, and in my head, because I never said it out loud, I definitely did not pronounce it like that, and I definitely didn't know what it was. So thank you for explaining what the actual word means.
Sure.
I have a question about so Tai Chi and Qigong. Is there an interconnection between them, or are they completely different?
They are definitely connected. Qigong is the bigger word. So that includes Tai Chi. In fact, the translation of Tai Chi literally as the grand ultimate.
Oh.
Makes sense when you think of it as the grand ultimate form of working with energy.
Okay.
So the Tai Chi, you often hear about forms of Tai Chi. They are, bits of movement that have a different number of movements in them, and the movements themselves are sometimes called forms. This is a different language than ours. It's a different way of speaking. So it has a lot of poetry and a lot of perhaps vagaries from our way of thinking in it. But so the Tai Chi forms are moving things. They may take half an hour to do, may take 10 minutes to do one. So it amounts to what people say is stringing together different kinds of simple moves.
Yeah.
And that can be challenging for people, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
Because then by the time you get back to your footprints at the very last of the form, you've pretty much gone through every aspect of your mind. I think you've gone in every direction. You've worked with incoming and outgoing energy, lots of different things. So there are ways in which Tai Chi is definitely, it's kind of quantum more in a way, but it is also Qigong.
Awesome.
It is Qigong.
Okay. That I thank you for explaining that. Tai Chi is always looks so graceful. It's so graceful and flowing, and I've always wanted to do it. So maybe this is the time. I don't know, but I do want to know what inspired you to teach these classes.
Well, I actually got kicked into it long ago. I'm dragging my feet to teach. But what really did the job was the question of, would you be willing to share what you know?
Okay.
So I patterned what I do after that. I simply share what I actually know from experience, and my classes are always a practice. So I teach a practice, and each term that I teach, it may have different elements in that practice according to the season, and just to learn more things gradually. But it's the creation of a practice that you want to do, that you enter into, and then you keep learning from.
Sure.
That is the real teacher.
Sure.
The practice.
Yeah, I love your passion behind it. It's endearing and it's wonderful. So who? These classes, Qigong and Tai Chi, who are they? They initially were designed for the mature learner. Is that still the case? Is it still designed for mature learning, or is it the horizons have been broadened?
Well, you exemplify the fact that anyone can be interested in it. I was interested in it when I first saw it in the 70s, and fell in love with it immediately. And it doesn't matter what age you are, if your interest is there. You see, so who should take it is anyone who has an interest there.
Okay.
Is drawn to it or resonates with it in some way, just to see.
Yeah.
Very accessible. I mean, the way I teach is very accessible. It's focused on becoming spacious, and it's a meditative experience. Everything we do is meditative and kind of inspiring, for it connects us to everything else, all the way that nature works.
Sure.
And it has helped me with everything in my life, been a bridge for me from an interior life into the world, helped me have confidence. So it is definitely an empowering thing to try out.
It sounds like it. Confidence booster, maybe some peace in there.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Do you ever have any students who have told you maybe that they had a hesitation to do it, and once they jumped in, they were bowled over with how wonderful it was?
That's pretty normal.
Okay. Would you know what their hesitations are? Yeah, I'm curious what the hesitation would be to jump into something, maybe the unknown. I don't know. That's
part of it. The foreignness, I don't have very good balance. I don't think I could do this. I'm not graceful. I can't stand on one foot. They say with one foot in the air, telling me they can't do it. Right. It's just a it tends to be just a self-limiting attitude of some kind.
Yeah. Okay. A closed mindset, maybe.
Well, in some way or in some part of themselves, it makes them fear, or they'll stand out, or people might hesitate to come back because, oh, gee, I've forgotten everything I know. I always have to begin at the beginning, and it's all about that beginner's mind. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't your body. I mean, it retains some of that muscle memory anyway. At some point, I mean, a little bit. It's kind of like riding a bike. I'd imagine. You just get back into it.
That is actually true.
Good. Well, that has alleviated my fears, because I would be like, it's not because I'm not old enough, and I don't need it. But I do need peace in my life, so I agree. I would agree that would be a good thing to do.
Yay!
Yeah. So are there any other little nuggets you want to give about the class or about Qigong, Tai Chi, about you?
Just saying that it's very accessible, that even if you have learned some different form and have a different experience that you're bringing to it, you can still benefit and enjoy, I think, the general things I do, for they are all simple, and like I said, they're user-friendly.
User-friendly. I like that.
And helpful, and you tend to feel more relaxed, more at ease, and even more energized at the same time after working with it.
Awesome. I had to take a deep breath right then because I realized that I was not relaxed, and you reminded me to be relaxed. So thank you for that. I needed to take a breath.
Yes, good job. They've good potential there, Amber. Well done.
All right. Well, Karin, I appreciate you being on today. And for those of you who want to sign up for the class with Karin, you can sign up for the Qigong practice. It's the Qigong practice, or the Tai Chi. I think there's a Tai Chi class available too. You can look online at cce.clark.edu under classes, and I believe it's under fitness and health subcategory. Or if you don't want to go online, you can call 360-992-2939 and someone will help you register. You'll find the most up-to-date information on the website. So the where's, the when's, the how's, the how much it costs, all of that great information is there on the website. So once again, Karin, I really appreciate you being on today. Thank you for your candidness and your explaining on the definitions of Tai Chi and Qigong and how to pronounce it.
Thank you.
All right, until next time, adios.